And we are live. Welcome to CAD Live, another world-class episode of this show about dating, game, the dating marketplace, etc., etc. And today, finally, I'm joined by a very, very special guest, Mr. AFI Kingdom. How are you, sir? Good to have you on.
Good morning, Troy. How you doing? It's a pleasure to be here. We've been on panels and stuff before, but it's a pleasure just to be one-on-one and really chop it up and get to know each other at the same time.
Very nice.
Having an opportunity to teach guys some real good stuff, man.
Absolutely, 100%, mate, 100%. Well, like you say, we've been talking about this for a while, and we haven't sort of managed to get the dates in line. So I'm glad that we finally managed to do that.
Yes,
it's great. It's 100%. Well, like, get a little bit of feedback there. So great to have you on. And we were just catching up before we came on, and you're down there in the Bay Area. And I mean, obviously, we were talking about Christmas, New Year. Obviously, we've just got over that. We're now into a new glorious 2021. But most of us still can't really do very much at the moment. So how are things for you at the moment? You're kind of stuck there, travel's a bit off the cards.
Yeah, I'm stuck here, but it's cool. I would say that quarantine helped me out a lot because what it did is it turned my entrepreneur shift in. I've been doing YouTube since 2018. Okay. And my story is different because I didn't necessarily start. And it's funny because I just seen I got Dating Coach of the Year on the O'Shea stuff, which was kind of cool.
Congratulations.
And that was yesterday. But I remember I got into the sphere watching baby mama videos. That was I had a secret vice because I'm a little older. I'm 39, so I'm older than a lot of guys. People tend to think I'm a little younger, and so I would like to watch the baby mama videos and stuff, and then I would be like, man, I'm always in the chat saying this, and that. So I felt like I want to put a face behind the person who's saying these elaborate comments. I mean, I didn't want to be a troll, and I remember I would just do vlog videos like. I would just, deal with women in my life. And then I would like kind of vlog about it and kind of teach a lesson like, okay, this is what I learned today. Like I didn't start off doing podcasts and interviews and stuff. And then what happened was I had an interview with Mr. Lucario randomly, didn't think anything of it. And then from then, people start hitting me up for advice the next after, and I never forget. And he was like, how can these people reach out for you? And I was like, Mr. King Fee at gmail.com. Hit me up. And I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to create the damn email then.
Yeah.
Which is cool because I used to watch his content and his dating content and stuff. And I know him from Tariq Nasheed and stuff. So I was just cool being having an interview with him. So when then guys are hitting me up with advice the next day, and I'm like, well, this is the dating coach guy, and they're hitting me up, so I must have said something really good. So let me get on here. So then I just start making videos and stuff. And then when I first started, you had to have those 1,000 subs to go live. So I was grinding, trying to get those 1,000 subs. And I finally got it. And then I started streaming, and I realized like, and I've even talked to Jonathan about this. Shout out to MLD. He was just like, you know what, Afi, we're not YouTubers. We're streamers, bro. It's different.
Yes, absolutely. Well, he inspired me a lot, actually, because like before all of this, I was doing a lot of just static videos. I mean, I started off as a blogger, really. I started off writing. I was writing for Return of Kings, which was the website that Roosh did, writing all about game. And it was the same as what you're talking about, really. It was just like different dating experiences, meeting different girls, whatever, writing about it and then drawing out a lesson for the reader. And I found I was getting some good feedback and everything. But then, of course, things move on and, you start doing YouTube and stuff. And I was doing like static videos for a long time, just 5-10 minute videos, etc. And, I still do that a bit. I might go back to that a bit this year, but the live stream thing, and I was really inspired actually by MLD, like probably many of us were, what he was doing with live streaming. And I think for some of us, I just think it's a more natural format, right? Because if you're not into the editing and all of that stuff, do you know what I mean? You just want to come here and just talk about how things are, just talk real, don't you?
Yeah. It's funny because, bro, and it's even this, it's like we adapt to new situations, because it's like I've been seeing Myron and my man King Dre and Playboy's A, shout out to them, going viral on TikTok and stuff.
Wow, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm trying to get my TikTok stuff together, and I'm telling him, like, bro, it's kind of hard for me to do these little 1 minute skits. I'm long-winded. I don't know how to like be effective, like, hey, and it's over. Like I'm used to like going on and having conversations. So it's funny even watching myself. Like I look awkward as hell doing this. I'm like, I got my dog here. Do this, guys. And my edits are all whack. It's funny, but it's also funny too, because it's like I remember my first YouTube video. And it's funny, like people see I'm, obviously very comfortable and stuff. But if you look at my first YouTube video, I was literally talking about what I told you earlier, the five ways to not date single moms. That was my first video. Yeah. Obviously, my influence, right? And I was laying in my bed in the dark, and you can only see the silhouette of my face. Man, if we go on, I'll pull it up and screen share it, because it's hilarious, because people still give me heat about it. Like, your mystery weirdo cheater video. Because I'm like,
is it the very first one you did? Yeah.
And I'm like, this is how it looks. It looks like this. Like,
you got it.
where's my light at? Just take it along. I'm just super in the dark. You just see the silhouette of me and stuff. Because I wasn't comfortable. Like, who's gonna see it? What are they gonna say?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a strange journey, isn't it? In terms of, I'm just trying to find it. Just go back through. You've done a ton of videos, though, man.
Oh no, I'll send it to you because it's unlisted.
Okay.
It's unlisted.
Well, can you do a share screen from your side, and I can put it up?
Pull it up on my scale, because you'll see. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me like 5 minutes. Let me just go to my. So it's funny because it'll teach you guys. Just keep at it, and you'll get better.
Definitely. What's your TikTok as well, by the way? What's your TikTok?
It's AFI Kingdom.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Because I mean, like what Myron and Fresh have been
sitting
doing,
on 20 followers.
Well, I mean, like Myron and Fresh, I don't know how they just blew it up on there, didn't they? I mean, that was incredible. I don't know what their new accounts are, but the old account, what did they get to 50,000 or something?
Yeah, man.
Days, it was just mental. So, I mean, those guys are really. They're a real powerhouse, those guys, aren't they? I mean, I have to say, they've really come out of the gates in 2020, going into 2021. They're really doing the business.
Myron and Fresh coming over to my channel this evening too. It's gonna be pretty dope.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, they're great guys. We did a show on here actually, and they were talking about their Instagram game when they released the Instagram game course, and it was just a fantastic show because they're great guys. They know what they're talking about. It's no bullshit. It's just like straight up. So really good stuff.
Myron's definitely a hustler, man. Fresh Prince is too. I met those guys separately a long time ago. I think I did Myron and maybe even Fresh Prince's first interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I know. I did Myron's second interview. He did Donovan Sharp first, and then he was with me, and then I think I might have did Fresh Prince's first.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you're smashing it as well in terms of YouTube. I mean, if you've been on YouTube for a couple of years, you're at 20K subs already, aren't you? I mean, I've seen the live streams. You know, you're getting loads and loads of views on the live streams. You're getting dudes coming in with the super chats and all the rest of it. I mean, you know, you are a big name in the sphere, and I mean, you've got books. You do coaching, you do counseling, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's a lot of material out there, man. So you must have been, you know, you've been grinding at this for a while now, right? But you've also, you're also still, you have another job as well, don't you? You're also still
I'm a school teacher too. And I'll tell you one thing: it's the best teacher of game, period, because you get to learn social dynamics if you have the vision for it. It's a lot going on. Like I tell people, like let me not say I treat, but the interaction with children is similar to the way you can interact with women. It's like give take kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like a reward system.
Do you think as well, observing children, because they haven't been socialized yet in such a way that adults have, do they behave in a more sort of like natural way? Can you see? Because like if we think back to our school days, you know, you remember the cliche about the school days, children could be the cruelest people, because they're not filtered. It's just like no BS. Like, is that part of what you learn when you're teaching children, that you can kind of see maybe what adults would be like if they weren't putting on a polite front?
What you can see is behavior, and you get to learn how people are motivated so differently. So it's just like women. So I'm gonna contrast women and children and put it together. Like, so it's like women. For me, like sex, I use my sex as like a reward system. So I have sex with women when they do things that I like. You know what I'm saying? But it's not set up. I don't have an agreement with them. Like, okay, if you do that, like, it's not like that.
Yeah.
But see, they kind of pick up on stuff. So it's like if I'm dealing with a woman and she's very positive, upbeat, and then I show her a lot of affection, King Dre, and I show a lot of affection, then she'll say, wait a minute. The last time AFI came to my house, he was hugging me, kissing me on the forehead. This is all game, hugging, kissing on the forehead. This is also different gestures. And he even spent the night. What did I do? Oh, I was very submissive. You know what I'm saying? So then it shows them like, oh, okay. So then you rinse and repeat. And because the thing is sometimes anything that you do, you have to mix it up. You cannot get anybody used to one particular thing. I call it a reheat. Like I've been telling guys in dating, the reason why a lot of guys have problems in dating is because they stay in a reactive mode. They only wait when a situation happens, and then they're like, how do I fix it? And I'm on with the mind game. Like if you see, I got my books up there. You know what I'm saying? And Conversation with the Mind is one of them. That was my debut book because I'm into like control and stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. And when you say control, are you taking that almost in a sub-dom kind of direction, or do you just mean more like a kind of pimp hand sort of approach?
I mean, when I mean control, I mean that a woman comes to me for inspiration, validation, companionship, friendship, and sex. So I'm in charge of her emotions and needs. At least that's where I try to eventually put myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, I put myself in that position. And the thing is too, is since I'm a teacher, I have a very dictator personality. So it also works in my thing because I'm always telling someone what to do, giving them some type of mission. You know what I'm saying? And it gives women a sense of accomplishment. You know, like just little stuff. Like I tell guys, like when you're dating and stuff, see, guys want to be alpha and they want to be a big shot. So for instance, say you got a girl coming over to your house and she's like, oh, hey babe, I'm stopping at the store. You need anything? Some dudes are like, no, I got everything I need. I'm a real man. I don't need anything. No, bro, tell her, I want Swishers. I want a soda. I want a candy bar. Make it particular. That way, when she comes back to you, she feels like she's like, oh, did I get everything? Oh, damn, you got all the stuff. Now it's like you put her like a little girl. She's like a little girl now to her daddy.
Yep. I saw you talking about something like this on your last stream, and you were saying how you need to, in some regards, show her that you need her or you need things from her, right? Because you're getting her to do things for you. And actually, she buys into that frame and she loves that frame.
Yeah, it's like they react. It's like women react to things that they don't know. Just like I always say, when you in the chat, you gotta say what. It's like if that's why I say, bro, the red pill is a real thing. Oh, like in my experience, can you hear me?
Yeah.
My experience is like the red pill. People be thinking like it's just for like single players. Like, oh, I got a woman. I don't need to know that stuff. Yes, you do. You do need to know this stuff. Like, oh, that's just for you single guys. It's for you need to understand what the hell be going on between you and your woman. Like, you have to. Doesn't matter if you only messing with one. And then I always say too, dating one woman is way harder than having a rotation. Guys think it's the other way around because it's like when you date the one woman, she knows you for real. It's like she's dating when you're dating her, you're Superman because you're mysterious. She don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know more about him.
Yeah.
Ooh, he saves lives. He does these cool things. And then once you start dating her and you give her a commitment, now you're just Clark Kent now.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
knows the real you. She knows your quirky stuff. She knows you're lazy on Tuesdays, you don't do shit or whatever. You know what I mean? You made it seem like you was on your purpose. Now she's with you. She sees you just do a lot of nothing. And then your value goes down. Like that's another thing. Like guys get too wrapped up in the words that women say. So it's like dudes will be wrapped up because they'll be like, yeah, Afi, but she said she loved me. Well, yeah, she did. She probably really meant that, but that was last Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sad story. It's a sad story, isn't it? And you're right though, but you need to keep the excitement up. You need to keep the mystery up. And the worst situation, of course, is if you move in, because once you move in, then you're really screwed. I mean, there's no like, what mystery is there then? You've got your, underwear on the floor. She's, it's just there is zero, and this is why I think moving in too early is one of the big mistakes that guys make.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the direction you want to go there.
A lot of times dudes do stuff like that. Like even getting married, bro, is because they feel like I love you isn't good enough. So they have to up the ante on the gesture. And then they wonder why it don't work. Well, because you didn't really marry her because you can't live without her. You married her because you've been with her 10 years and you feel like if you don't do it sooner or later, you're gonna lose her because she complains about it. So you're going into it wrong.
Yeah, definitely. So taking a step back a second. So how did you get into all of this stuff? I mean, you talked about watching the baby mama videos and stuff, but in terms of actual, like, say, game and that, how did you get into that in the first place? Here's one. Also, were you a natural, or was it something that had to be learned?
I was definitely a natural, brother. I was raised by women.
Nice.
So I was red pill early, and not only was I raised by women, I was raised by my father. He died of cancer when I was 3, so I was raised by finesse single women.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. My mom, my sister, they were women who like wanted to get shit out of guys and stuff. You know what I mean? So I seen how they move. Like I didn't have like a mother and father sit at the table. Like I never experienced that. It was just me and my mother, and then and my sister and all of her friends. So I watched females how they move and stuff. And I was a smart guy in school, bro. Like I got straight A's in school and stuff like that. Yeah, effortlessly. And I remember I was learning a lot of things before I even applied it to gang. Like I know when I grew up, I used to idolize Ric Flair and stuff, and people thought it was funny because I wasn't a Hulk Hogan guy. I wasn't into all the muscles and flash. I was into guys who were getting women in limousines and stuff like that. You know, and then so around 10, I lived in Sacramento, which is the suburbs. And then when I was 10, I moved to the Bay Area. And the part where I moved to was the hood and stuff, a lot of prostitution and stuff in my area. It was the stroll. And I watched the dynamics of relationships from pimps I watched it. And I thought it was interesting even before I even was like, dating and stuff like that. And then even when I was younger, like I'm a painter, I draw and I paint, I'm into fashion and stuff. So I was always into myself. Just because I was, right? So the thing is, women were attracted to that, but I didn't do it for that. I was just always into my own thing. And then women would chase me when I was young, and I would kind of just be kind of more into like my fade and my waves and stuff more. And so as I start dating, I start picking up things like, oh, okay, this behavior equals this. When I do this, like I remember my first red pill. I feel like my first red pill was when so I was always a player and I always had women. I started around 14. But when I first started dating, I thought that you had to, because I had an older brother. So say if I'm 8 or 9, he might have been 21. So I would watch him. He was a relationship guy. And so he was a serial relationship guy, but I would see him, I love you. And he would have like girlfriend after girlfriend after girlfriend. So then I would see how he interacted with his chicks. So I was like, okay, well, these women like me, but if I want sex, I got to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. So so I would just be in relationships with girls because I wanted sex. Like, okay, I like her. She's cute. I want to hit her. So I got to make her my girlfriend now. So hey, I like you. Let's talk on the phone. Let's go date. And then we have sex. Like that would be the routine. Yeah. And then what changed for me is the first time I met, I put this in my book too. The first time I met a woman who I had sex with that I didn't have to date. I was like, oh, so wait a minute. So I don't have to like make him my girlfriend. I don't have to talk to him on the phone all night. I don't have to walk around in the park with him and do all this stuff. I could just talk to him and they could come over and hit. So I said, wait a minute, let me try this again. Let me try this some more. Cause I would just be thinking like that was just the courting thing. And then so after that, RPC, what's going on, brother? Yeah, after that, I start trying it. And then it just changed my game. And that was just like, and the thing with her, what I understood was, and this was happening with me, Troy, this is when my game really tweaked. Is because, see, this is what I used to feel. When I was, so when I was maybe 13, 14, 15, women always liked me. And, but what I figured out was this. See, I used to look at sex from women like something like, okay, when a woman likes you enough, she will reward you the sex. That's what I used to think. Yeah. Like if I like her, she likes me. So once she's gonna get to a point where she likes me enough to where she'll have sex with me. And then with this particular woman, I'm like, wait a minute, women want sex too. And then it changed. Cause I was just thinking like women weren't in the sex all like that. They were they just like sex with the person who they like. And then I realized like, wait, these chicks be horny and shit too now. So it's not just me. So then once I figured that out, I'm like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I can withhold what they want? Because first I was thinking they have something. Now I gotta maneuver and say the right things in order to get that. That's what I thought. Yeah. And then when I remember at this particular, I was 17 years old because I had a few bodies, but they were a few girlfriend bodies. Right. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, wait, these girls are nasty. They want to have sex too. Oh, so I can like do stuff and hold out and be like, no, just the same. And I learned from women, the same thing the women do. Like they hold out, they pull back. That's what I do. You know, like chicks, you know, what like, how do I know about what to do when to leave women on? Because I do it. I leave chicks on red. I do the flaking. You know what I'm saying? And then see the thing is, and put a fire sign in the chat because you guys understand this. So what happens is, so you know how when you guys are dating and you're texting women and doing stuff and they leaving you on red and you're like wondering, you're hitting up Troy, you're hitting up me, you're hitting up MLD, and you're like, oh, how can I get out this situation? Easy. You take her position and you do the shit she does, and then she will react like you do. Yeah. So now she's hitting her friends up like, God, like I hit up AFI, he let me on red. Should I double text her? See, that's my brother. You flip it around. Flip it around.
Absolutely. I mean, facts, man, because it's all about acting in that way. The thing is that people generally, men and women, they don't want what they can get too easily. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it applies for guys with girls as well. If there's that girl and she's always hanging around and she's just all over you, then she's not going to seem as valuable to you, as aspirational to you as that girl that you can't get. We all want the thing that we can't get. So you've got to be the thing that's slightly out of reach for her as well. I see that you put the video up. Should we stick this up on the screen?
Now watch how terrible this is. This is my first video, y'all. Put a fire sign if y'all ready for some awkward. This is now. Let me tell you guys. You see how comfortable I am, and this is what happens when you put the work in. You stay consistent. You get better. Okay. Now watch this. How terrible this is.
Nice lighting.
Look, I'm so scared. I got the jazz. I don't even want you to hear it. Like, You guys see what happens when you put work in. You get better, right? This is the same person. I don't have any more game than I had back then, but I wasn't comfortable doing a new thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just one thing that I've noticed, I think that doing this, I mean, we're in a quite fortunate position because we have to go on these streams and talk for ages and think on our feet and improvise and everything. And actually that impacts in terms of your social interactions as well, right? Doesn't it? But how long have you been a teacher for? Because that must have helped you as well, right? Because actually a friend of mine, Tom Torero, who's a English day game dude, had a big YouTube presence a few years ago. He was also a school teacher, and he would talk about how he found it very helpful in terms of just like, you've got to command a class, you've got to talk in front of people, you've got to, all of that stuff.
I've been a teacher for maybe 15 years. I always wanted to teach though. When I was younger, my mother worked in a convalescent home. She was like the director of like the cafeteria or stuff. So she was really popular. My mother's very charismatic and stuff too. And I remember I used to like the feeling of seeing how happy the people were when she helped them. And I said, damn, I want to do something where I'm helping people too. So I said, okay. And I figured this out a long time ago, bro. So I'm like, what is a job or career that I can have all of my needs met? Okay, so this is where teaching came in. So I'm like, okay, teaching. I get to help people, check. I love kids, check. I like clothes. I can dress, pre-dress, check. I like to travel. Not only can I travel, my job is set up to where I can travel without worrying about taking days off.
Yeah.
Check. I like chicks, right? Well, besides a call center, where are the most women at in church? They're at schools. When I'm at work, bro, it's like 85-15.
Yeah.
And even if there is other dudes, they don't have sauce like me. Right? So it's just pickings, right? Then, like I said, I can dress, then I'm around women all day and kids, and then it's easy to plan my life around because I don't some guys I know friends who work for the government or they selling real estate. They got these crazy schedules. Oh, if I want to go to Vegas, I got to put in government and make sure I could just go.
Yeah.
Sick leave, I'm out. Sick leave, I'm out. Sick leave, I'm out. I'm just out of here. So
definitely.
Yeah.
And what's the plan longer term? Do you want to just segue into doing YouTube and stuff full time, or are you looking to? Would you always want to keep the teaching going as well?
Nah, YouTube full time. That's what I was gonna say earlier. Like, doing the webinars really changed my life, bro, because it gave me instant validation and feedback. See, some guys like validation. I mean, we all do.
Yeah.
But it's different. Like, even when you teaching, when I teach, I don't really get instant validation. Like, yeah, you're cool and stuff, but just think about it. When you're in school, you don't realize how cool your teachers were until you're not with them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's name? You like them, but you don't respect them. But when I start talking to the man live and stuff and getting that instant, like, man, that advice, and then I'll talk on one, and then I'll come on another one, and then somebody will be like, man, I heard what you said last week, and I did it, and now these are my results. And this could be someone who I wasn't even directly speaking with.
Yeah.
Just somebody listening in, and I didn't see. The thing is, I didn't realize that there was ludicrous. That YouTube could be so a lot of money in it. Yeah, because this is what I used to think. I used to think like, those guys like Justin Bieber, guys with millions of subs, like of course they made the money. But if I'm sitting here on like 300 subs or whatever, how much money can I really make? And then I start kind of being around and then like knowing guys and hearing numbers and stuff. And I'm like, well, shit, they doing the same thing that I'm doing. so I can get the same money that they getting, because I don't feel like no one is better than me. The only difference between me and certain people is they may have 5-6 years and I got 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? And even 2-3 years ago, I might be past where they were at.
Yeah. So, and that's a really good principle, by the way, that applies in many things. Whatever another man can do, you can do also. If somebody else can do it, you could achieve it, right? So it's not like there are certain people who are super. I mean, obviously, within certain boundaries. I'm not saying you can become an NBA player or something, but like in general, it's not that there are certain people who are superhuman and they're different to you. If somebody can do it, if it's a proven thing, then you can do it as well in many, many areas. And I think that's a really powerful thing.
Yeah, like that. I want. That's why, like, I wanted to make an emphasize of the right to write multiple books, as you have too, because I know, like, sometimes guys, you know, they teach dating, so they want to create a product for their viewers. But for me, I was into writing and stuff before YouTube, so
yes,
I was like, I don't want to be a one and done. I'm not creating a book for a product. I want to be an author, and it's funny that I always wanted to be an author, but now I have an audience to sell the books to. So then it's like retrospect, like, okay, boom, I had these ideas before and now they manifested later. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's exactly how it was for me, actually, because I always wanted to be a writer. Really, I always wanted to, you know, write maybe even fiction or different things. And then it started to come together when I started to write about dating, because obviously that's a subject that a lot of people are interested in. And so then you kind of think, well, there's one thing I'm interested in, there's another thing I'm interested in. Why not just put them together? And like you say, then when you start to build an audience, then you've got that group of people who hopefully they're interested in what you've got to say. But and actually, by the way, just in terms of writing and being an author, I think that's necessary these days. I think you need to build your own audience. It's really tough to be just totally unknown and just put a book out there and it's going to be successful.
Yeah, but it's just weird how it happened, because see before, like when I was writing a book, never put it out, and I would beat myself up like, oh, and then I see I'm very spiritual, so then I look at, oh, okay, God said I wasn't ready yet. I had to do these things first. I had to brand myself, and I'm telling you, and anybody who likes to date or teaching and or man, if you know this stuff, teach it, bro, because people really appreciate this information. And they show you appreciation, bro. I already know you get super positive feedback, and that gives you a lot of fuel. Like sometimes I can have a shitty ass day, and then I'll go to my DMs. Hey, bro, you changed my life.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, you can get another one in an hour or two. Like, so it's like you stay on the high. You stay on the high. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I was just going to put the link to your Instagram up here, because many of you guys are following AFI Kingdom already, but if you're not, follow him on Instagram, because then when you go to the link in his bio, you get links to a load of his books and so on Amazon. So you want to check that stuff out, because it's really impressive, actually. Like the amount of stuff that you've done. You've put a lot out there, haven't you already?
Yeah, man. I work. YouTube took over my life, bro. Because like I said, I want to make a living off of it. You know what? And that's what I was gonna say earlier. It's not that I don't want to teach, because in sense I'm still teaching, right?
Yes.
I'm still teaching, but I gotta be honest with myself. And things happen for a reason. And when you're teaching kids virtually, it is not rewarding. It's not really rewarding. It's like, I'm a teacher, yet I haven't gave a high five, and I'm an elementary school teacher too. So that's why. I ain't a gym teacher. I'm an elementary school teacher. So that's to make the point. Like, because I'm saying I haven't hugged nobody, and so somebody be like, "What the hell you want to hug people for?" Because they're little kids, bro. That's why. So I ain't gave a high five, and then the end of quarantine was a little better because I was familiar with my kids already, and then it went to online. But this new school year, I'm getting to know kids and their parents at the same time, and it's just not good. I can't really discipline. Sucks.
Is it all still closed? Are all schools closed?
Yep. So we just do it on Zoom. But the thing is, the people don't take it serious. Kids be on there eating breakfast, parents in there arguing, and you just sit there. You gotta look at it and like, oh, okay, well. All right, you know, you don't really have control, because I'm a professor. You seen Lean on Me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm him, right? At work. so it gets under my skin and stuff. I gotta like, oh, okay, well, all right, little Troy, I guess you just want to lay in your bed. So when you feel like it, tell mom. Let's just be like, this shit, bro.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about that in the United Kingdom at the moment, actually, because they've just come out and said all the schools are going to stay closed until the middle of February, probably longer. And they are talking actually about how detrimental this is to kids' education, because like a lot of last year got screwed over as well. Do you think that that's correct? I mean, this is pretty bad for the kids, right? They're not having that
it's terrible for the kids. I'm just the only one that's going to tell you. But the reason why is because every teacher don't care about the kids. A lot of people, you'd be surprised at the people who teach who don't like kids that much. They just felt like it was a stable job or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it got to a point where there's plenty of teachers who don't like kids. I generally have a love of helping other people. I've always been like that. I always, even like I tell guys, like, man, if you're a teacher, I mean, excuse me, like you can be a dating coach as far as like giving dating advice. But once you elevate to actually coaching people, you're at boss level because it's different. If somebody wants to go tit for tat for me, and I'm like, and they just make videos, and I make videos and coach. So it's like you don't even know, you ain't even my level yet, bro. You gotta put the extendo clip on there first before we can have a conversation, because you're talking to your phone for 10 minutes. I'm changing lives all day and talking to my phone for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And you learn so much from teaching other people as well, don't you? I mean,
so much.
Like I've
about yourself too.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I've taught guys actually out in the field. I do Zoom and so on and so forth. And it just like experiencing someone else's problems through them and challenges and working through them with them. It gives you so much as well. It really, really does. And you grow and you learn through that process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like, and even you, I didn't know men had the problems with women that they do. Like,
yeah,
all my circle were kind of like guys who were players. Some of them were just more player than other, but we all kind of got chicks in our own way. And then when I started coaching, I realized it wasn't just the guys in the basement who had problems with women.
Yeah,
there's like regular like studs and stuff who got 6-pack abs that I don't have, and got like Mercedes Benz and cool ass lofts and shit that's still not getting laid, who have looks, money, and status, and they still not going in. They still not getting chicks. Even, thank you, bro. See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Fantastic. Props in the chat from Player for Life.
Yeah, it's not about that. Yeah, appreciate you, AP. Yeah, man, man, people don't understand, man. It feels so good to make a difference. And even like me, I was a person who I felt like my only weakness in my game is that I wanted to start a family. And once I got to a point where I got okay being single, and then I got my dog too, which also helps. Then it made my game advance because I knew that there was nothing a woman can offer me that I couldn't offer myself.
That's an interesting point. So do you want to talk around that a little bit? Where are you with that stuff? Because I know you said that you're like dating, but I mean, what are you like spinning? I guess like spinning plates, or how's it working? And what do you want in the longer term? Is this it for life now, or
this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. So I want to be an international podcaster, kind of like how like Myron and Fresh is. Like I want an in studio to where I'm flying the guest in, and I also like, I don't know if have you seen No Jumpers channel? You know who that is? He's the guy who interviewed those two, Salid Powell, whatever. But like he does like vlog videos where he does podcasts, but then they'll show him videos of like them hanging out and shit first. Yeah. And I want to go, and I want my books. Like I'm gonna put some more money in my books, so I want my books to foreshadow my content because I made it a point. Like my first book is not really even geared towards my content. I didn't really get to my content to dating to the third book. My first book is Conversation with the Mind, which is like a story. It's like pimp level game. And then Finesse Game is a book for women just to show my range. I wanted to show my range. Like I'm here for real. So I made a book for women, even though I make content for men. Then my third book is about principles, like kind of like the 48 Laws of Power. My fourth book is about dating and relationships, and my fifth book is inspirational personal development workbook. So I wanted to hit a different way, and I want people to be like, I want people to find out about my books and be like, oh, this guy does podcasts too. Some like I want to find people like that. And then the main thing is I want to go and I want to personal speak. I want to speak in front of large crowds across the world and sell books after. And then the last thing is I want to live abroad. So I want to live abroad and just chill out. At first, I wanted to live in Bali, but I think it's not cool to go over there. So maybe I'm gonna change it to like Colombia or something. Yeah, I just want to live abroad, making a lot of money, travel the world, personal speak, interview famous people, and give people the best interviews with the raw. Like kind of like how Drink Champs is, like how they bring celebrities on and they have drinks with them, so they get the good stuff. Because like when I interview people, I get the good stuff because I'm at a point where. And like even you, like sometimes people who do podcasts, they do podcasts, but they don't have game like that. But they guests may have game like that. But I'm at a level where I'm interviewing guys, and I can kind of like go bar for bar with anybody who I talk to because I know my shit too, and that just gives a different level for a interview because I can relate and we can resonate with each other rather than me being curious, asking questions because I don't really know shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great vision for the future. In terms of relationships and stuff, though, I mean, is it player for life or you know?
I feel like this. I'm like the old school pimps, bro.
Yep.
Whoever is at the end, that's who I'm gonna be with. I'm not invested in any particular woman. Yeah, of course, there's women that I like, women that I love, but it's like my purpose is first. So I'm not trying to like, no, come on, lady. This is gonna be a cool ride. We're gonna do it. Like if they don't see it, they can see. I see a chick could be on my board right now, 2021, and say if it take my stuff to pop, like I look at guys like Kevin Samuels and stuff. So I look at that, like, why I can't do that? I remember when Kevin Samuels had 20,000 subs like I do. Now he has 250,000 subs. And I see that the difference. So it's like, so just because a chick is with me now, she may get tired of the grind because they don't realize. And that's why I love Troy. This is the main thing I love about doing podcasts is having podcaster friends, because I can't imagine just doing this by myself without having anyone to shoot ideas with and interact with. Like if I'm just doing stuff, I would have been stopped if I didn't have nobody. If I didn't have nobody else to be like, "Hey, bro, I'm stressed out. These trolls is getting on my nerves," and they'll be like, "Keep it going," and then I can keep going. But if I would just invest it only in me, without that, I would have stopped probably. So with the women is whoever's there at the end. But I'm not invested. Like I don't have a favorite, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm red pill, and I know that things can change in an instant. So the problem, like I say, the problem with dating with men that they have is they feel like relationships have equity and they don't. They don't have equity. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you made them feel lately. It don't matter. You know, I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson at 19 years old. And me, really? I learned from. I'm smart enough to learn from other people. So what my cousin taught me was he taught me a lesson without doing anything. So I remember we were young, and then back in those days, they used to have those sales like the Coliseum, like we got all the cars, 1999, 99, they had all of that going on, right? So we went down there and we got her a new Honda Accord at the time. So maybe let's say this was a Saturday. So then on that Saturday that happened. And then by like Tuesday, they got into a fight over like cleaning the bathroom or something. And I remember she was throwing food, and I was thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. He just bought her a car like less than a week ago. Yeah. So then I said, wait a minute. This is so that taught me you can't satisfy a woman. Because as a man, I'm thinking, hey, if a chick cashes out for me a new car a few days ago, I'm not going to trip about where my shirt at. Like, you just bought me a car, you know what I mean? But for the woman, she like, yeah, that was then. But now you did this. And I'm like thinking to myself, but he bought her a whole car though. And then that just taught me like, this is what happens when you try to satisfy women. They don't be satisfied. So the best thing is to satisfy yourself. And then if the woman can, then that's cool. But going out of your way and stuff. It's like guys be feeling like, oh, if I just do what she says, then she'll be quiet. No, if you just do what she says, then she's going to come up with some more stuff to say.
That's true. That's true. And also as well, what about you mentioned the work and the grind and so on. I mean, in many cases, the woman is not going to really be behind you for the grind. You know, they kind of want to be at the finishing line. But, you know, in terms of the pulling the late nights, pulling the all-nighters, you know, spending hours and hours writing and stuff, they're not really on board with it, are they?
He said, so does King not desire? No, I don't desire family no more. I don't, key word, I don't desire it. That doesn't mean that, oh, hell no, I don't desire it. That don't mean if I I plan on being rich, bro. So I plan on being rich. So you know how like people be saying like, so I feel this what I feel like. Now maybe I'm wrong. I don't have to be right, but this what I feel like. I feel like I'm gonna be caked up and I'm gonna be messing with young chicks. That's what I feel like. And the dudes would be like, dude, she only likes you for your money. Dude, I only like her for her body. Like the thing is, I ain't no trick. So me being old and rich is different than you being old and rich because I know game and you don't. So that's the difference. I'm not. Yeah. I'm at a point, bro, where I can't get played by a woman because a woman doesn't have anything that I need. So I don't have a reason to invest on the level. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
Yeah.
A woman can't. A woman can't bribe me with a kid because I don't have one. A woman can't bribe me with a home because I got my own. Women can't bribe me for a ride because I got my own stuff. Women can't bribe me for money because I got my own money, multiple streams of money. You know, a woman can't. So it's like. It doesn't matter. So like Hugh Hefner, but I'm saying that it's not like I'm a player for life. It's just that I chase women for a long time, and I had some cool stuff and cool experiences, but I ain't get all my goals accomplished yet.
Yes,
I want to get the feeling of what it's like to accomplish all my goals. I already know I can go out here in this game. I can get on Facebook and Instagram and do some food and some dog post and get like a 5-6 rotation by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? New chicks and just old chicks, because I don't really leave situations bad. So I can go back into any situation past. So there's never a thirst with me. Like when I date, I can date from an abundance mindset because I already got chicks on deck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm never on zero. I'm never on, I always like I don't have to worry about hey, this chick flaked on me. Well, I can just call up another one. Or I can just write on my book. You know what I'm saying, too? Because the thing is, I enjoy my hobbies. Like, for people don't know, like, I got my channel now, but I got a gamer channel. I like retro gaming, like old school Super Nintendo. I got my Xbox over there, so I got the Expo Level Gaming channel that I edit cool little mashups and stuff. I did an NBA Jam video. And then I got a food channel. Mukbang Talking to Strangers, that's a food channel. That's like at 3,000 subs almost. And then I got a wrestling channel. So I literally monetize everything I like.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Killer Instinct here says, very curious about doing pickup abroad. I'm going to Philippines in 2022. Have you been at all? Have you got anything on the Philippines?
In the Philippines? Yeah, bro.
What's your view on it? Because
Philippines is dope. The women are very submissive. See, the thing is, guys got to realize is when you travel abroad, people don't understand. Like women are super submissive abroad. Yeah, there are, because you look at them like they're foreign, but they look at you like you're foreign too.
Yeah.
So you're candy for them also, especially if you got some swag and charisma about yourself. Because it's like there's other guys that's foreign guys, but they gonna look at them as tricks. They're gonna look at you like, oh, this guy is, they can smell a player, right? Yeah. But I will say too, you want to get you some girls, you finesse the massages, right? You get the massages and you finesse sex that way out of that. You know what I mean? Like you build a. You see, when women gonna want to massage you. So instead of saying, "Oh yeah, here it goes $50," no, you don't do that. You kind of pull it back, and because they want the money, so that you gonna make them beg you. You make them beg you for the service they gonna provide for you, right? And throughout that interaction, you're building a rapport, right? So what happens is you'll pay for the massage and get the sex for free. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You got the gold tips here, guys. What's your sort of like standard method of game these days, or meeting new women? Let's say, are you doing the apps? Is it Insta? Is it a day game, or just a combination?
I call it I treasure hunt, bro. So I collect women. So So like guys, like they're strictly on. I don't do the dating apps right now, and that's just because I have financial goals per month that I want to get on YouTube, and that's not even just from super chats. That's super chats, coaching, everything all together.
Yeah.
So it's like that's all that matters to me right now. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm so invested into it is because my shit keeps going up and up and up. So you're gonna get confident if you're seeing results, progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm team code approach. That's one thing I don't like. That's one thing I don't like about the manosphere, bro, is some guys preach stuff like it's key. I think guys need to differentiate that. This is my style instead of trying to teach you saying it's like they teach you something and they say this is the way to do it. No, this is a way to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like guys, guys say art on code approach. Why not? So you mean to tell me if I see a hot ass chick just because she ain't call me handsome, I'm not gonna go up to her? Of course I'm gonna go up to her. But the thing with me is I'm very spoiled. So I don't approach every woman like I want to get at her. When I talk to a woman, I'm pre-qualifying her. So sometimes throughout the duration of a conversation, if I'm talking to a chick, I might not want the number after a conversation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when I meet women, I peel back information that I need to know. Easy ones. Like first off, I want to know how many kids she got. And then I want to, remember we said the same thing women do to you. Yeah, why is she asking me where I work? Why is she in my business? Because she wants to see your status, and that's what I do. So when I meet a chick, what kind of work do you do? And then what happens is when you ask all the questions, you put yourself in boss mode because then women are performing for you. Women will not have chances to pre-qualify and sit back like with their arms crossed and figure out if you're a great catch, if you're the one doing all the questions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you're asking all the questions and then when you're not easily impressed, like, put it like this. So watch this. So I could meet a chick, you know what I mean? So watch this. Now, this is mind fuck shit right quick. So look, boom. So say I meet a doctor, right? So a attractive doctor. So we know that an attractive doctor, when she meets dudes and dudes find out that she's a doctor, what happens? They're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. You're a doctor. Wow. And then their mind goes up like, ding, ding, ding. She may have some money and she's cute. Oh, I'm going into pursue mode. See, but me, I'm going to be like, oh, that's what's like. You a doctor? Oh, yeah, I dated a few of those. Boom. Took her shit right on down. Where's the kryptonite now? Oh, yeah, I didn't date a few of those before. Boom. So now she like, so now she thinks, okay, well, what else can I use to impress him? See, change the dynamics just that fast. That fast.
100%. That's also important. If she says something like she's a model or she's like a ring girl or something like this, like you've got to be unimpressed because too many guys are just like, oh my God, that's amazing. And it's just simping and it just looks terrible. Right. So you've got to have that I don't give a fuck attitude. And on that note, you're on your own path, you're on your own mission, you're kind of take it or leave it as far as these girls are concerned. And I've heard you talking about this before, that IDGAF attitude, right? But what if there's guys who are watching this and they are, maybe they haven't had that much success or they're sort of like, they're just wound up about a particular girl. How does a guy go about getting that attitude, that kind of like, listen, I can take it or leave it kind of attitude?
Good question, brother. So y'all put a 100 in the chat. Y'all ready for some fire game? Because I want to make sure that y'all listen. I'm gonna give you guys a tip because I know that you guys like fire game. We all like fire game. But if you start listening to these podcasts, this is a cheat code I'm giving you. You start listening to these podcasts like they webinars. So you should, if you at home, and now if you in your car and shit, okay, that's fine. But if you at home and you're not writing none of this shit down, you're tripping, bro. Because this is the kind of conversations we have in webinars that cats pay for.
Yeah.
Cats pay for this type of information, $200, $300, $400, $500. Y'all just getting it for free and being like, yeah, this is some cool shit. Like, no, this is some shit that other cats pay for. Like you need it the more serious you take the game, the more the game is going to take you serious. Boom. Just like YouTube. You can treat YouTube like a hobby. It's going to pay you like a hobby. But when you start treating YouTube like a job, it's going to pay you like a job. And that's the cold facts, man. So as far as the game, guys, you understand this. Rejection is okay, right? Every woman is not going to like you. No, a lot of times it just means not right now. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of times a woman will reject you and you take it personal. Oh, maybe she didn't like my Dre beats. Maybe she likes Boss. You see, no, bro, she just don't like black guys. Yeah. She likes fucking Russian guys. And now I'm confusing myself. Maybe I need to get another beard. Maybe I need to. No, bro, she just like you. Reverse it. If you like tall blondes and chubby Chinese comes talk to you, you're not interested because it's not your type. Every woman ain't gonna like you. That's the first thing. The second thing is when a woman rejects you, it's not necessarily a rejection. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what you're missing out on a lot of times. A lot of times, Sabrina, you're real pretty. A lot of times, you see how I can just focus and just go right back? A lot of times. Yeah. So it's just, she's just telling you, no, bro, you don't take it personal. You don't take it personal because guess what? When a woman tells you no, most likely you're never going to see her again. Unless you're like cold approaching at work and stuff like that, then you're an asshole. Because I always tell guys, guys be asking, should you sleep with women? You sleep with women at work? Yeah, because I have advanced game though. And it's not even that I got advanced game, it's that I've mastered my environment. I don't just go to work. Like I be telling cats, like I don't just go to work and I'm not just there on some predator mode, like, oh shit. Oh yeah, who's the next prey and all of this type of shit. No, bro. I'm in an environment when I'm the freshest dude and I'm dealing with women with kids. Boom. I'm an excellent teacher, right? It's like I don't just start teach game. If y'all can see, like I know how to talk. So women like this stuff too. So I'm at a place where I'm with women all day. And we have the same interest and the same issues. So we make connections. So I'm not just out there chasing, room 3, new ass, room counselor, gotta get her. Like, no, bro, when you have conversations, you have things in common and you guys make connections, right? Sometimes things, they play out, they evolve and stuff like that. And then you build attraction. Women will be attracted to you by seeing you do something that you're passionate about doing. Right? As you can see right now, you can see that I'm passionate about making my talking points, right? So I'm at work, and you think that if a teacher happens to walk by and see me in my element, you think she ain't go, ooh, shit. Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm single and don't have no kids. Oh, add 5 more points.
Exactly.
Travel, boom, add 5 more points. Now I'm over 10. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't be scared of rejection. The worst thing a woman can tell you is no. That's it. Another thing too, it's timing. Just like me, I'm trying to get like 20 bands a month off YouTube, right? So guess what? I can I can have a bad one. Say I meet my neighbor, I get a new neighbor, and she's fire bad. Hey, I might say hi to her and stuff like that, but she's not going to get me out this 20K a month that I'm trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Because she can be bad, but guess what? I can go over there and hit her down. And then she want to go on dates on Wednesday. She want good morning every day. Saturday, what we doing? Okay, see, now you're taking away from my purpose now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. What about guys who get caught up in a relationship, though? They kind of get one-itis and they feel like they can't get out. What do you advise guys like that to do? Because
there is no one, bro. That's the problem. I'm so glad you brought that up. There is no one. You got to find a woman who you can mold. And I don't mean mold, but who you can deal with. You look at women like Play-Doh or clay. Okay, what can I do with her? You see what I'm saying? That's how you don't get in relationships because you want in-house or consistency, bro. Because that happens is you're going to be in a codependent relationship. And then when one person falls off, you at 50, right? Yeah. You got to be able to stand on your own square. You have to be able to stand your own square, man.
Yeah, definitely. Were you always like that, or did you get into some sticky like one-itis type situations when you were younger, or what's the
No,
deal?
bro, it's weird. I never had one-itis. That's why I love this community so much, because I was the weird one out of my friends. I was the one where you're gonna die alone. You're gonna never have no kids, and don't you feel sad? Oh, you ain't never gonna have nobody. And I'm like, well, you got somebody, but you not happy, and I'm happy. So what the hell is the math? You got somebody, you not happy. I have nobody, and I'm happy.
Yeah, 100%. And it's that is the key thing, isn't it? Have you got that independence? Have you, not you, but I mean, has in the audience or whoever, have you got that ability to stand on your own, that ability just to do your own thing, right? And so many guys lack that, I think. And that's where the zero ZFG attitude comes from, isn't it? Really, if you're independent, you don't need anything from anybody, then you're not going to get on the hook.
Yeah, bro. It's like, see, this is the thing. It's like guys think that they're just dating. Oh, I like her. Oh, see, the thing is, like, being red pill is funny because it's like we all hear the same stories. Like, I know you coaching, and what do guys always say? At least with me, it's like they always want to be a player first, right? Man, I'll be on these streets, I be doing my thing, I got a rotation or whatever. I got this chick over here doing this or whatever, but it's this one. It's always this one.
Yeah.
She cook, she cleans, she's submissive. Why do we all like the same shit? You guys it's like you guys be telling me this, like, oh, for real, she is the one. No, that's the one for everyone. Everybody who like a girl, they say the same 5 to 7 things about them. She cooks, she clean. We got the same sense of humor. Look, this is the main thing. If you want to have one-itis, you should never have one-itis. But if you want to be with one girl, let me drop you a major fire gem. You gotta have the same goals. If your goals and purpose ain't this, if those don't turn into hers, you wasting your time.
Yes, and her time as well, of course.
So that has to transition. You guys are in relationships, and you stuck in relationships because you put yourself in position to where she's up here and you're down here. Hey, babe, you want dinner? Hey, you want dinner? Oh, I'm a little tired. Not yet. Hey, you want sex? Oh, maybe tomorrow. Then you're like, oh, let me think of something else cool to say. No. You messed up, bro. Like I always say, turn it off. I always say, like, guys that want to get with their exes and stuff, you have to start over. You cannot just pick up where you left off. I made that mistake in my life, trying to date one of my high school girls, and she was my high school girl, and I thought she was so great. Oh yeah, this is so cool. We were together when we were teenagers. Now we met up as grown-ups, and this is gonna be so cool. And now we can be like, oh, instead of saying, what was I, like 30? So instead of saying like, oh, we've been together for 2 years. Oh, we've been dealing with each other since the 90s. It's just, right. Yeah, this chick has been married and divorced since I last seen her. And that's just what it is, bro. You cannot put yourself in fantasy mode. That's for the woman, bro. You cannot do that. You cannot be sitting up. You cannot have a woman sell you a dream and you believe it. You see what I'm saying? A woman, I just need a man. I just want a man who's has integrity and a hard worker and to buy me a house. And then here your ass go trying to be that person. No. She needs to be the person that you want to be, and in order to make you happy, she has to be who you want her to be. And then what's going to happen is when she give you that good energy back, you're going to be like, she a solid one. Let me give back to her. Because I coach women too, bro, and I tell women the best way to get something out of a dude is not to ask for it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ask for it. That's the most simplest way. All you got to do, I be telling chicks, all you got to do is make your man feel like a man. You put him in his masculine by being submissive. It's like, women, they don't know game. It's like, instead of like trying to talk to it, say you come home late, instead a woman will be like, where have you been? Where have you been all day? You know what I'm saying? That puts you in your defense. I'm nothing. I've been at work, whatever. But she can be like, but just key little nuances. It's about presentation. Oh, hey, AFI, you was home a little late. You need something to eat? Oh, See, now I'm disarmed. Like, oh, okay. I promise you, bro. One thing, and this is the last relationship that I had, bro, was years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like for real. So the last one, you know what made me want to go with her? I said go with her like it's like we in elementary. You know what made me want to be in a relationship with her was because I remember this is hella tight too, bro. I was proud of myself. Because so me and her was together, right?
Yeah.
So we were together and we had been split up for some months, and she had just started reaching back out to me. And I was going to Dominican Republic for a week, right? So maybe she had reached in contact. Say if I'm going to the DR on a Friday, she may have tapped in with me on that Monday. So we shot the shit a couple of days, and then I went to DR. And then so when I went to DR, she was missing me and stuff because I gave her a taste, and then I pulled back. But just because I was doing something. But so when I was out there, and then when I got back, she's like, "Oh, I missed you. You weren't answering your phone. I thought something happened." Blah blah blah. And then we got back together, and I was like, "Yes, I had a full week of cheating." And even though I wasn't cheating, but the thing is, I did some shit that she ain't in position to question me about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so, but I remember, I traveled, I got my trips missed. Okay, so that happened, boom. But I remember one particular time I was with her, and I went to Jamaica, right, bro? So I went to Jamaica for a week. And when I came home, she had picked me up from the airport at like 1 a.m. And so she picked me up from the airport. I was gone for a week. And then we went back to her house. And then she had a crab, lobster, garlic noodles, wine. And mind you, it was like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So then we ate. She had and dude, I'm just waiting for her to ask me about some girls and stuff so I can reflect it. I'm just waiting. And I'm just thinking, you ain't gonna ask me. You ain't gonna ask me, did I sleep with nobody? And I'm just waiting. And then she's just right in my face. And I'm like, this kid is kind of cool. It's just submissive, like, damn. And it just showed me like when women, and shout out to the women like the one in there, when you guys give your man space, it draws a man in. It draws them in. Because men are used to where you at, why this, why that, who is this, where are we going? If you just chill back, it'll have us thinking like, damn, man, I knocked that down real good last night. Took her out to eat. She ain't called me. See, that's what that space does. So it draws us in. So I remember too. And I remember another thing she'd do was like, I remember, and this was actually my first time experiencing this. Like, so I remember, usually when women cook for you, right? See, you guys got to realize this is some more fire game. You guys give my man a super chat, Troy, for this. Women do things for you, but it's still for them.
Yeah.
When a woman tells you I love you, it ain't because she want to tell you that she love you. It's because she want to hear it from you.
Yeah.
She wants you to say it back to them. You know what I'm saying? When a woman, you come home from work and she gives you some oral sex and gives you a back rub and all of that, that's because she want that purse she about to ask you for. So they'll give, but they want to return. And sometimes it's not an exchange. Like a woman will do some stuff nice for you today because she about to ask you for some stuff on Wednesday. You think it's a coincidence, but she had it up on her plate the whole time. Like, okay, I'm gonna butter his ass up. Like women that are good with men know how to stroke. If the best thing a woman can do is stroke your ego.
But do you think that women are inherently more manipulative than men, or do you think that men would probably be doing the same thing if they have enough abundance, or they think they can get away with it?
Men don't know how to do it because men got too much ego.
Right.
They got too much ego. They want to be the man. They want to be the leader. They want to show you. Like, I did a video recently about getting in touch with your feminine side. Guys be like, man, hell no, I'm alpha. Like, all right, bro, well, you missing a whole level of thing because see, you're alpha. So what happens is you're so alpha, you dictate with your women. I'm alpha, but I'm finesse game. So I dictate and relate and connect.
That's true. Because I think one of the downsides of this particular sphere is that there is too much talk about alpha, and guys just think it means, you've got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, or it's sort of like you know, it's a very stereotypical sense of what alpha means. And actually, you know, there needs to be more nuance in it. There needs to be more light and shade, I think, in order to interact in a really, you know, a sexual, romantic way with women.
Mm-hmm. That's the real talk. Yeah, man. So guys, like, when you get off of this stream, what I want you guys to understand and what I want you guys to do is really figure out, see, and I said this in my book too, like, figure out, people get their purpose and their passion mixed up. Just because you're working 2 jobs, you're working at Target from 8 to 5, and then you're working overnight at UPS from 12 to 8 a.m. Oh, I'm on my purpose. No, you're not. You're just grinding.
Yeah.
Because what are you doing it for? Just to say you're busy? You got to think about that. You're busy for what? You're on your grind to get where? So figure out what you want to do. And then once you get that, everything else kind of fits in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I say, boom, if I'm single and I want to be a professional painter, right? Artist, which would be cool, but I'm just using an example. So what happens is, as I'm chasing this dream of being an artist, guess what? I'm going to be in the artist community, and guess who I might find? Me a nice woman who like art too, because she on the same frequency as I am. You see what I'm saying? So you see how when you own your shit, on your passion, you don't have to look for girls. Girls look for you because they match what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to have long-lasting things because you're not at a point where you're trying to win women over. Y'all like the same shit anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Women will want to spend time with you if y'all like doing the same thing. You don't have to drag them to the wrestling or the football game if y'all like the same shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's big on your purpose, and it's attracting people to you as a result of that. There's a couple of things. We've been on for like 1 hour and 10, so we've got a bit more time, but there's as long as you're still cool for time. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to sort of hit on. So the first one is the dark triad bad boy type stuff. Because often guys will come to this space and it's the classic thing, isn't it? The guy's a nice guy, blah, blah, blah. And he gets kind of screwed over because he's too nice. Now, in my course, Cat Academy, I teach a lot about dark triad. I've done quite a deep dive into it. And it kind of like, it intersects with a lot of this stuff, like pimp game and so on. I mean, if you read that book, Pimp by Iceberg Slim, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
That was the first book I read.
It's a crazy book, isn't it? Amazing book. But you know what I mean? And it's like trying to teach guys who perhaps they're not naturally like that, how you can take on board some of that stuff and incorporate it into your, you know, dating sort of like interactions. But what do you say about this whole bad boy thing? How is it all it's cracked up to be, and how do guys get it if that's not what they are like in their natural selves?
Excellent question, brother. You cannot fake high value, and you can't fake being a bad boy, because it's not. You may see, the thing is, you got to understand, just because you had sex with her one time, that's not the win for you all the time, right? Because if you have sex with her because you were in an asshole bad boy game, but it's not really you, you may have sex with her, right? But guess what? She's going to figure out there's holes in your game, right? Yeah. So she finds out there's holes in your game and you don't really have game. So what's that mean? So that means you played pretend to get in, right? So what happens is, see, that game is not in you. So she gave you the sex, which is going to make you attached because she's in control. She's in control. You put her on a pedestal, so she can. So you're not a player like that. So she gonna find out you soft, and then you had sex with her, which was gonna make your investment higher. And then when she pulls back because you ain't got no game, it makes you go crazier. Because you're like, what the hell happened? I had her doggy style, and now she won't answer my see. So the key is, it's not that bad boys finish last. I mean, nice guys finish last. It's pushovers. You can be a nice guy, you just can't be a pushover.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very nuanced thing, isn't it? We're not talking about becoming a psychopath here or something like that, because it's like, it's just, can you sprinkle a little bit of edginess into the way that you come across? And like for me personally, I found that mindset and the way that I presented myself, it just changed up things for me.
Yeah.
I just did a 180 in terms of game and stuff in my like early 20s when I first, and this was years before I discovered any of this stuff. You know, this was just what I discovered naturally. Now that leads me on to the next point, right? Because obviously the black pill dudes, there's been a lot of a resurgence of these guys in the last year or so. They've directed a lot of hate in our directions and so on. What do you make of all of that? And specifically, what about the whole looks? It's only looks and height kind of thing, because that's certainly not my experience in terms of my life and in terms of people that I've worked with and everything else. But what's your feeling about that whole thing?
I think the black pill is a negative thing for any sphere. Now, the reason why it is because no one likes to be a loser or a non-successful person. But what happens is you're putting it in a cult-like group to where now guys feel like it's okay to be a loser. It's okay to not, because I'm not good looking, so I might as well just be a loser anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now you don't feel as bad because you can hold hands for like 50, 100 guys. There's a lot more guys that don't have game than guys who have game. So it's like, oh, well, we don't feel no bad. We're not getting no tail, but we're united, 300 black pill guys. None of us are getting any, like, so you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have anything to strive for because you're comfortable with guys who are at the same level as you. Yeah, I think it's just a bad thing because it's making guys not want to change. I'm all about, man, the finesse and the mind game. So I honestly don't think that mouthpiece and charisma isn't spoke on enough.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, looks, money, and status will get you girls, but it's not going to keep you girls, though.
Well, the story that I always tell, right, is that like I was pretty hopeless in my teenage years and then going into early 20s and so on and so forth. And then I just kind of broke out. I started partying a lot. I was, drinking a lot. I was doing all this crazy stuff. And what that led to was a big mindset change where I was going out to the clubs and the bars, and suddenly I just became really kind of cocky, and I became really kind of like, I became more selfish. I was just interested in myself, and it was just like, this is how I want to be. I started wearing like more crazy clothes and stuff. I was just like, this is how I want to be. If you guys don't like it, whatever. And I started being almost sometimes quite obnoxious. And do you know what? Amazingly, women started to be attracted to that. And it wasn't that I became better looking. It wasn't that I became taller. It wasn't that I suddenly grew a six-pack or, any of this kind of stuff. I was exactly the same, but my attitude was different, and that changed the way that people reacted to me. And I believe that all guys can benefit from that to some extent. So the whole looks argument, it just sort of like, I mean, yeah, sure, improve your looks as best as you can, but I don't believe that's the only thing.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to give you guys hope in the chat. Y'all put some more fire signs. This is all you got to do, bro. It's like, first off, when you're dating, you got to understand your woman's love language, bro. Women like different stuff. All women don't like gifts. You think that? I mean, I'm not gonna say they dislike gifts, but I'm saying like buying certain women a gift isn't as effective as spending time with her.
Yeah.
Some women like the time. Some women just want to say, damn, babe, that dinner was off the hook last night. I just wanted to tell you that. That made her day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand the woman's love language. Just like me, I'm into intelligent women, right? I'm sapiosexual, so I get turned on by like smart chicks or witty chicks or women that are very like, can catch sarcasm and stuff. Like, I like that kind of stuff. So if I come across the woman and she don't know how to talk, I'm already kind of turned off. Like, if I gotta, like, sometimes I'll do things. Like, sometimes, like, this is a quick test to know if a woman is on my level. Just a quick little test. So if I'm texting a woman for the first interaction, I'll say things without emojis or punctuation just to see if she can catch my vibe. So I can say something, and like if I say, I hope you have a good day, heart, laughy faces, like I'm showing my emotions. But like if a chick, she'll text me something like, hey, good morning. And then I'll be like, hey, what's up? I was just thinking about you. Nothing, not no hearts, not no LOL. Just so then she's just like, oh, well, what were you thinking? See, now it's about me. I just made it about me, right? You know what I'm saying? And then like, or I will ask questions and I want to like a, so are you coming over? No question mark. No. So it's like, so she's thinking, is he making a statement or asking a question? And then that's what I like. And then when chicks will pick up on it, I'd be like, okay, now I can dance with her. Because I like, like that when I was young, I used to love Cosby Show, and my imprint was Felicia Rashad, Clara Huxtable. She was so witty and fast talk, and that's what I like, and that's what my mom is too. So if women can't keep up with me in conversation, I just want to hit.
Yeah,
I cannot just be laying up with no chick because I think she's hot and she say stupid stuff. Like I swear, bro, Instagram killed it for me because a lot of these chicks who I thought were super hot on their pictures, and then when they uploaded the video feature and their voices be off sometimes, I'd be like, she sound like that, or she says that kind of stuff. It'd just kill it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's taught us a lot of lessons for sure. The stories feature on Instagram. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is fashion, because obviously you're a sharp dresser.
Thank you.
Good-looking guy, well put together. This is something that guys often ask about, and in these webinars, John MLD's webinars and stuff. I've often done like a fashion primer. Not because I'm not because I'm the world's greatest fashion expert, but you know what I mean. I think there are certain principles. Mainly around things like fit and form and having like surprising, interesting little details and so on and so forth in what you wear. I noticed you've got like, it looks like kind of a furry sort of collar on the jacket you wear, stuff like that. So what, again, is there some words of advice you give to guys in terms of how to stand out with clothes? Yeah,
that's another good question. Find your style. Don't dress like me. Cause I'm fresh and charismatic and boss game. Cause this is how I like myself to look. You know what I'm saying? Like let me tell you. It's like, remember I was telling you about Ric Flair? Like I remember when I was a kid, Rocky IV was my favorite movie. Still is my favorite movie with Drago and all that. But Rocky would have on hats like this and little coats like this. And you know what I'm saying? The little Sylvester Stallone in that movie. He was fresh in that movie. Like, so I'm a flannel guy, a coat hat kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like if you catch me in a suit, I may look better, but I will be less comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta find your style. You may just be a sweatsuit guy, but since Troy get girls and you want to be like Troy, then you start wearing blazers and stuff, but you're not comfortable wearing blazers. So that's not your look. Yes. So figure out your personality. Like me, I'm a lumberjack. I got this beard and stuff. I wear a lot of flannel shirts. I wear a lot of high boots and stuff like that. So I look like that. I'm some alpha guy chopping down some trees and stuff. And I'm going to come in there and get the porridge. Like that's my vibe. You know what I mean? So figure out what your vibe is. Don't try to be trendy or try to be what you think is cool. Just figure out what's comfortable, what makes you comfortable. Like, are you a sweatsuit guy, a suit guy, a jeans t-shirt guy, a jeans polo guy, a tennis shoe guy, a boot guy? And then once you figure out what kind of style you have, then you just build off of that. Like, when you go out, don't just buy outfits. Just buy stuff to complement things you already have. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, I got this shirt, now I need shoes and shirt to match and hat to match. Like, just get some shit and it's going to matter. It's going to go back with something that you already have. Get your body right, though, too, because the body is going to give you, getting your body right is going to give you confidence, and it's going to give you a sense of accomplishment. And then you're going to feel better in those new clothes that you cop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same thing. It's just like when you get a haircut, what's the first thing you do? You look at the mirror, you nod your head like, yeah. So you can have that control every day without going to the barbershop. You figure out what you look good in and what you feel good in, and then you just go off of that. Because if you're not comfortable in that gear, it's gonna show. Just like I know you guys, I'm seeing you guys saying this is a good interview and stuff. I'm gonna tell you why it's a good interview. You guys it's good, obviously good game, but the energy is very positive too. Yes. If you guys can feel that. Don't you understand? If you have good energy, women will be drawn into you. Women like to be around winners. Yes. And and that's the thing. See, guys think that winners is rich. That's two different things. When I say winners, they just assume, oh yeah, of course women like rich guys. No, I didn't say women like to be around rich guys. I said women like to be around winners. A winner is a guy who says he's going to do something and he does it, and then he moves on to the next thing. That's what a winner is. So when the women date you, they're like, "Ooh, okay, I wonder how he's going to win next." equals investment in you. Now she's investing in you because she want to figure out what you're going to accomplish next. She want to be around. Women feel good just being associated with the winner. Just so she can tell her friends, oh yeah, man, my man Troy, yeah, he just did this, and this, and he said he about to get this. I can't wait for him to get that. You see, there's a lot of conversation going on about you that you're not in. Like I be telling guys sometimes when you guys are having problems with your girls, it ain't because you did something wrong. It's because you made a mistake and she went and told her friends, and then her friend then put your ass out the game. You're not getting no cheeks. Yeah, man, you're not getting no cheeks tonight. You think you're not getting no cheeks tonight because something that you said, but you just did a little mistake, and then she went over to one of her friends who was single and threw you under the bus. Now you not. So you were not in charge. You got thrown under the bus by somebody else. You don't even know that. Like even me, I try to date women who aren't really cliquish.
Yeah.
I don't take women seriously who got like 5 or 6 girls and they go on girl trips. Like I smash, but we ain't doing all that, bro. Because you like hanging out and getting validation from others too much to be my girl. If you're my girl, I gotta be the one who want it. That's why, like, even when I meet chicks and they're super like into selfies and stuff like that, and I might. But the thing is, you got very important. You guys gotta learn to be quiet. Just take mental notes. Don't tell them everything you feel and noticed.
True.
It's like the police, bro. Like, so if I got a chick and she's acting sketchy, I'm not going to go through her phone or be like, why are you acting sketchy? Because she's going to change her behavior because I'm on to her, like the police. If I know the police is on to me, the feds, I change what I do. You don't want people to change what they do because you just make them a better cheater or a sneaky person that they are. You make them come up with new creative ways to get stuff over your head. No, you just watch them. You take mental notes. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like, you lied to me yesterday and tell me why. Like, just, oh, okay, this chick be lying. Ooh, she be lying. And then you just set it up like, let me see what else she be lying about. But you be taking it personal. You lied to me. Why? And then they give you these explanations. And of course they're going to give you an answer, bro. Another thing, women have an answer for everything, bro. So just don't even ask. I don't care how. It's like we expect for them to get it the way we get it. No, they think different.
And also as well, it's observing her behavior rather than what she says, right? Because she's going to give you the answer that's good, that she thinks you want to hear. And, you've got to observe, and then you've got to make your decision based on what you observe, not what she says, right?
Right. Yeah.
We got a question here from Genesis. He's just saying, how do you deal dating a Gen Z so attached to social media? How do you divert their attention away from it? Is that an issue that you deal with a lot?
Do it. How do I divert? Easy, by being more important of the shit they looking at.
Exactly.
See, another thing, it doesn't always have to be a long, elaborate answer. Sometimes shit's so simple, guys don't believe it. Like, that's it? Yeah. Like they think the answer to something is some long, no, it's just that's it. You want women to pay more attention to you? Put more attention to yourself. Now they got more attention. Now they got more to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women know this stuff. If you start bossing up, making more money, doing more stuff, hey, I'm going to this trip, that trip, they're gonna put the phone down. Because they're gonna lose you. You see, they want to keep up with you. They can't keep up with you like this. You know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You gotta be a woman's entertainment. Whether it's the things that you do or this. It gotta be one of them though.
Yeah. 100%, man. So listen, we've been on for nearly 90 minutes now. It's been an awesome conversation, and we could go on for a lot longer, but I know that obviously you've got things to do and so on and so forth. So, I mean, would you have any final words in terms of just giving the guys some motivation, and also what have you got coming up? What do guys need to look out for from you going forward into 2021?
Hey, that's what I want to show y'all. Let me give y'all 5 free fire game tips. The first thing, y'all put a 1 in the chat. Make sure y'all writing this down, because I ain't gonna just say it and just for y'all to say fire sign in the chat. And then later on, if Troy said, "What did AFI say yesterday?" Y'all don't even know.
Put a 1 in the chat, guys.
So the first thing is find something that you're good at. Find something that you're good at. Write that down. Find something that you're good at, because you Because you guys need to understand the feeling of success, the feeling of being a winner. See, the thing is, sometimes you'll just look for that through the dating shit. So you feel like if you're not smashing a whole lot of chicks, you're not a winner. No, bro. You need the feeling of success. You need the feeling of accomplishing goals. It can be anything. It can be cutting hair, whatever. You get better and better. It makes, once you start accomplishing things, it starts making you feel good, and it makes you want to accomplish more things, right? So that's where you get your confidence from. You get your confidence from winning, losing, and never lose. And you know, you never lose. There's only lessons. So find something you're good at and work on mastering that. That's the first thing that I say. Second thing is stop being scared of rejection. Women are just women, bro. It's just a woman. It's not we're men and then there's some superior being that we're lucky. It's just a chick, bro. I'm telling you, once you guys, like I say, I'm old, I'm 39. Once you guys get older, you realize a lot of these chicks that you think are bad and super attractive got a lot of baggage and shit. And you won't desire. You see this chick, she's so damn hot on Instagram, but you don't know she got a 400 credit score, bankruptcy. She sleeps on her mama's. She lived back at her mama house, sleeping on her childhood bed. But she's super hot on Instagram. So like, let me put it like this: all women, every woman you like, somebody don't want. So just mind that. When women are single, don't always feel like, oh, I came up. No, sometimes there's a reason why she's single. You think it's my lucky day? I met a girl, cute, breast, butt, and single. No, yes, because she's crazy. So yeah, man. Find something you love and master that, and that's going to give you confidence. That's the first thing. The second thing is don't be scared of rejection. Like, you're not, once the woman says, and combine that, it's not always you. It's timing. Like me, I can meet the baddest chick right now. I'm not going to make her my girlfriend. I got other priorities. She can make herself my girlfriend by pursuing me and latching on to my shit, but I'm not going to be like, oh, like I got to raise her. I ain't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. The third thing is get you a tribe. Find you a tribe. Find you a tribe that's going to help you and keep you and reheat you. And sometimes when I say find you a tribe, I mean find you a tribe. I don't mean collaborate with your friends, because sometimes your friends can be your worst enemy, because your friends, not that they won't necessarily hate on purpose, but they have this vision of you and they don't know how to unsee it. So when you get an advice from these people who see in the old version of you, they're not giving you your future self advice. So then what happens is you second guess yourself and then you don't get shit done. So be around people who get it. If me and Troy can talk red pill shit all day because he get it, I don't have to convince him. No, Troy, no, just listen to me. Just hear me out. Like, we ain't got to do that because we already, but some guys, you'll waste your time trying to, you want to be a construction officer and your friend's like, that's a dirty job. You're like, no, you can make it. See, no, just talk to another construction officer that's like, hell yeah, you get this money, these benefits, so you want to get your tribe. Your tribe doesn't always have to be your best friend from the first grade. It's okay to meet new people while you grow. That's important too. Sometimes the people in your life that you meet, your best friends, you meet later on in life. Like, people always have this, like the one-itis thing. People have this things like, oh, these are my high school friends, and then we're gonna grow old together. Like, no, bro. Sometimes you may be 37 and meet the person who you're gonna help you out in your whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. The last thing, the fifth thing is put in the work. Don't masturbate on this information and don't do shit. You go try this stuff. Try it. Do it. I'd rather you come and say it didn't work than I say, hey, did you do, hey, I told you to do 10 approaches this week. How many you do? 1, but I've been tired. No, I don't want to hear that, bro. I want to hear I did 15.
Yeah. And so few people as well. I mean, if you oftentimes, I don't know if you get this, but you'll get somebody who comes for help and you say, well, listen, you need to get out there, stop talking to some girls. So why don't you talk to 10 girls next week, 15 girls, whatever. And then they come back the next week and there's always these excuses. It's always like, oh, I had work, I had this, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, well, you're not going to get anywhere then. You've got to put that action in.
Mm-hmm. Mainly though, I want guys, let me show them this, because I want guys, And then we're author gang. So what's the respect level 2? A lot of times you guys ask for advice, get the books. It's like we sit here and write all these books with hell of information and you just still ask the questions. So it's like, get the books like this right here. This is my new book. This is the book I recommend. You get this book. It's going to change your life. It just came out Friday. It's called The Keys to Your Future Self. This is a personal development book where you keep yourself accountable. It's a workbook in there. You got to do check-in and reflections after each one. So this is the personal development book. This is the book for that. If you want to learn game, like game, then you get this book. Shout out to my dog. This is the principle book. This is the laws that you are gonna boss up. Because this is my Machiavelli vibe. That's the Machiavelli energy right there. Right? So then you get that book, and then I just show. Let me say one more. And then the finesse game is a girl book. These are my other 2 books, but I would say this one. This is when you get advanced game, because this is like pimp level game right here. This is about control, and I got this on audio book too. So this audio book. But yeah, get those books, and especially I say, if you get any books, these will be just get these. If you don't want to get all 5 books, that's fine. But get these 2. Get the key. And get the dominance mind, because the key is gonna work on your internal. The key is gonna work on your internal, and then the dominance mindset of the game is gonna give you principles. Like, hold on, just one second. Because I can read you the chapters. Like, let's see. I'm gonna just say this, and then I'm out. So I just tell you. I'm gonna just tell you the difference. So, like this book right here. See, this will tell you the level. Yeah, you just go to Amazon and put Apple Kingdom. So I'm gonna just the titles, the chapters. Put yourself first. Take them off the pedestal. Never be thirsty or desperate. Maximizing qualities to a median. Do what works for you. The art of the shit test. Sexual dominance and submission. There is no one. Acquire before you desire. So this is teaching you how to do stuff. But this book now, just the titles, just the narrative, trauma, the dark side, perception, transition from heart to soul. So you might not be ready for this one. This is dark game. So start with this one, or start with the keys to your future self. That one, because that's the brand new book from Friday.
I put the link to the keys in the chat.
Appreciate that.
No problem. So we can stick. So I'll stick the link to your Amazon page in the description as well.
But yeah, other than that, I appreciate your time. You know, you come over to my channel anytime too. I go live every day at well, now I gotta change it. First I was going live at 8:30, but now I started back to work. So I'm gonna go live. I do a daily show every day at 7:30 a.m.
Is that EST?
Yeah, Pacific Standard Time. And,
it's a Pacific Standard. Okay.
Yeah, every day at 7:30 I do a show, and yeah, so tune into that. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Instagram. From the Instagram, you can get the books, but you can check out my food channel, all that stuff. It's in my link tree. So that's just the easiest thing to do is go to my Instagram at Dominance Mindset Raw Game, hit the link tree, follow me, and I do respond. If you want a consultation, reach out. I respond to every single DM that I get, you know. So other than that, appreciate the time, man. And
mate, it's been awesome. Hold on one second. I'm just going to stick in the chat again your Instagram. I'll stick this in the description as well. I put AFI's YouTube in the description below, so follow him over there if you're not already. But
and the last thing too, I love participation. So don't be secret watching me. If you in there, we ain't got to have a conversation, but just throw me the 100 sign when you come in the chat. That's all.
Awesome stuff. Great stuff, man. Well, listen, thanks ever so much. It's been a really amazing hour and a half. Loads of wisdom shared, and yeah, hopefully we can do this again very soon. But
yeah, all good, brother.
Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Bye bye.
Peace, y'all.